Welcome back, coders. Today our topic is JavaScript array constant. Okay, so this is the my script 2015. Yes, six features in 2015. JavaScript introduced an improved new keyword const. So previously they had two keywords like bar and let. Later they introduced const. So previously I have discussed also. So now they have a separate topics for that. It has become common practice to declare arrays using const. So it's become a common practice. Okay. So what it is saying, so const in our HTML cars. So it's showing the expected output. This is very easy. Cannot be reassigned. An array declared with const cannot be reassigned. So you cannot reassign the array by the const. So let's see if we try to reassign. Console.log. So it is not possible. Okay, assignment to constant variable. So they are not allowing you to reassign the variable, to reassign the array. So array declaration with const cannot be reassigned. So arrays are not constants. The keyword constant is a little misleading. It does not define a constant array. It defines a constant reference to the array. Because of this, we can still change the elements of the constant array. Okay, we can change the elements. So you can reassign the elements. You can change the elements of the constant array. So let's see. So we can add elements or we can change the elements. Let's see. So if we say cars, say 1 equal to turtle. So it is possible. But you cannot reassign. Console.log cars. So it's becoming turtle. So that it is saying. So you can also push. So cars dot push say od. So if you know console log cars, so od. Okay, so now the key is a little misleading. It does not define a constant array. It defines a constant reference. So you can change the reference. Because of this, you can still change the elements of the constant array, but you cannot reassign. So I can give you some more examples for that. Say const numbers equal to 1, 2, 3. Okay, so numbers 0 if I assign it 99, say 99. So console.log numbers, so it's becoming 99, but you cannot reassign the numbers. So if I try say numbers equal to say 456, there is a typo. So assignment constant variable, so they are not allowing us. Okay, so you cannot reassign, but you can change the element. So I am giving another example. Const person. Okay. This is, so I'm giving object, this time object name, excuse me, Shakil age 25. So this is also like array. So you cannot change the element, but you cannot reassign it. Okay. So say person dot age equal to say 30. So say console dot log person. So age is becoming 30, but you cannot reassign it. Say I'm trying to reassign it. Say person equal to name, say John. You see they are showing errors already, and age say 30. So it is not possible. So you cannot reassign, but you can change the element, you can add the element. Okay, so you can add elements, say like person, say I wanna say language, say English. So language is added. So you can add it, but you cannot reassign. Okay, that it was saying. OD, so browser support const keyword is not supported Internet Explorer. Assigned when declared. So JavaScript const variable must be assigned a value when they are declared. Meaning an array declared with const must be initialized when it is declared. Using const without initializing the array is syntax error. So you cannot do that. Array declared bar can be initialized. So if you try to do that, you cannot do it. So let's see. You're just declaring the variable but not assigning it. So JavaScript const variable must be assigned a value when it is declared. You are just declaring the variable, not assigning it. An array declared const must be initialized. So it has not been initialized, just the variable declaration. So they are not allowing it. But if you use it var, you can do it. Var you can do it. So they are not showing any here that they are saying in the next examples. Array declared with bar can be initialized at any time. You can use the array before it is declared. So you can use the array before it is declared. So why this is happening, I will show you. This is called hoisting. So if I console log, so you are using already the cars before declaring it. So console.log cars, or say we want to get the number 1, it's Volvo. So before declaring, you can use the variable. Okay, so this is called hoisting, JavaScript hoisting. Okay, so hoisting, so we have a detailed discussion regarding hoisting in the scope tutorial, parlet const tutorial, or execution context, or closer. But right now, if you don't understand, I am giving you a little example. So it is hoisted. Naturally, what happens? I'm showing you. So hoisting means JavaScript hoist bar declaration at top of the scope. However, only the declaration is hoisted, not the assignment. Okay, so it's hoisting at top of the scope. Hoisted means it is hoisted the declaration. Just hoist means it goes to the top. So just var, this type of declaration, not assignment, hoisted at the top. That's why it's not giving error. Okay, so we will have a dedicated chapter for questioning. No worries if you don't understand. Okay, so const block scope. An array declared with the const has a block scope, and array declared in the block is not same as the array declared outside of the block. So what it is saying, I'm showing you. Console.log sub. So it's getting sub, not this Toyota. Okay, so it's not getting. So they cannot retrieve the variable from the scope. So this is the scope. Okay, so declaring an array using const. So an array declared with const has block scope. So this is the block. Okay, block scope. Array declared in a block is not same as the array declared outside of the block. So this is outside of the block. So they can, so it can retrieve the sub, not the Toyota. So they have no access over here. So why they don't have a scope, we'll discuss it in the later tutorial, in the scoping tutorial. If you don't understand, just keep in mind that if it is inside the scope, const has no power to access it. So this is the fine-grained control of const. So for this reason, they introduce const because they don't need the unprecedented place or the where the place they have no power or they have no access. No need at all. Okay, to restrict the things. Okay. Okay, so an array declared with bar does not have block scope, but if you declare it with bar, same thing, then see what will happen. So this time they are getting Toyota. Can you tell me why? Previously they got sub. I mean, they are getting it behind the global scope, but right now they are getting they can access from the scope. I mean, this is the scope. Okay. So an array declared bar does not have the block scope. So they can now able to retrieve the Toyota from the block scope. So how it is possible? Okay, this is the shortcoming. So if you don't understand, just watch this tutorial. In the scope, we have a dedicated section for scope wasting, execution context, closure. So in this tutorial, you will understand really very well. So right now, remember that this car variable has been muted here. Okay, so this var is mutating the original variable. Original variable has been changing. This Toyota has been mutating the original variable. So instead of sub, we are getting Toyota. Okay, for this var. But if it is constant, const, it will not happen. You are getting sub. So this car cannot mutate this sub. That's why you are getting sub. But if we use var, so what is happening? This var is mutating its original array. Okay, so that's why you are getting Toyota. And a declared bar does not have the block scope. You can learn more about block scope. So they have a dedicated chapter for scope. So later in the chapter you will get good understanding. So redeclaring a variable. Redeclaring a array declared with bar is allowed anywhere in a program. So you can redeclare. So bar is here, Volvo BMW. You can redeclare it allowed. Cars allowed. Redeclaring or assigning an array const in the same scope or in the same block is not allowed. So here you already declared car, but same name with const not allowed. You cannot allow, then they will not allow it. Bar and const they will not allow. Only if everything is bar, then it is allowed. Redeclaring or reassessing the existing const array is the same scope or the same block is not allowed. So this is very easy. So this is allowed const. So they are declaring the same variable const. So this is not allowed. So const is basically for maintaining some discipline, okay, to avoid some unprecedented errors or inadvertent errors, okay. So they want to limit something. So bar is unpredictable. In which place they are changing which numbers or mutating which numbers. So this is unpredictable. That's why it is sometimes it could be tough to find out the bugs and rectify it. So that's why for uh, keep the things in discipline, they are using const. So this is allowed, this is not allowed because this is same name. This is not allowed, not allowed. Okay. So redeclaring an array with const is another scope in another block. It is allowed. Redeclaring an array with const in another scope. So in the another scope you can do that. So here you can, this is not allowed, but here it is allowed because this is outside of the scope. A scope means this curly braces. So this is a scope. Okay. Redeclaring array const another scope. So you can do that. Say this is one scope, this is another scope. So in the another scope you can do that. This is another scope. Okay, this is all about the chapter. So you got a little understanding about wasting. So if you don't understand fully, waste means they are taking it top and declaring the variable, not assign, just declare the variable. So they have a dedicated section for wasting. You see, this is wasting. So you will understand then. Scope wasting, execution context, though execution context is not here, but I will discuss. So you will understand clearly then. Okay, if you don't understand, no worries, excuse me. So thank you very much. If you like the video, please like, share and subscribe and stay tuned, stay connected. See you soon.